In the same context, world reports warned that millions in Yemen could suffer heavily from the decline in aid providence. Food insecurity in Yemen has hit alarming levels, and people do not find their daily meals. And with the Ukrainian crisis still unfolding, the Fang report has more details on this.
After 7 years of fighting, many households in Yemen are deprived of basic food needs. The current level of hunger in Yemen is unprecedented and is causing severe hardship for millions of people. Despite ongoing humanitarian assistance, 17.4 million Yemenis are food insecure. The number of food insecure people is projected to go up to 19 million by December 2022. The rate of child malnutrition is one of the highest in the world, and the nutrition situation continues to deteriorate. A recent survey showed that almost one-third of families have gaps in their diets and hardly ever consume foods like pulses, vegetables, fruit, dairy products, or meat. Malnutrition rates among women and children in Yemen remain among the highest in the world. Pregnant or nursing mothers are at risk from the dire lack of food, with 1.3 million pregnant or breastfeeding women and 2.2 million children under 5 requiring treatment for acute malnutrition. The humanitarian situation in Yemen is extremely fragile, and any disruption in the pipeline of critical supplies such as food, fuel, and medicines has the potential to bring millions of people closer to starvation or death. The number of people experiencing catastrophic or famine-like levels of hunger will increase fivefold, from 31,000 to 161,000 by December 31st. Food prices in Yemen have already doubled since last year, and the country's years of fighting have led to an economic collapse. War-ravaged Yemen fears a shortage of the staple food ingredient because of a different war in Ukraine, which is one of the world's major suppliers of the grain. Most of Yemen's roughly 30 million people will not be tasting this homegrown product because the country depends almost entirely on food imports, with nearly a third of wheat supplies coming from Ukraine. Families are resorting to eating the waxy leaves of trees to survive, and sadly, more and more children are going to bed hungry in Yemen. This puts them at increased risk of physical and cognitive impairment, and even death. Peace is required to end their suffering, and the suffering of all Yemenis.